Reverse 1999. Chapter 5.
These are just some breezes and ripples. Won't last longer than a blink of an eye. Just hold on to the wheel and we'll... Oh! I can't stand this anymore. My records, my Dr. Pepper's, my pirate radio, my Rockin' Apple II. For crying out loud, what have I done to deserve this?
Your watch was losing time, so I fixed it for you. I don't understand. Do you mean this is the right time? Yeah, this is the year 2007, is it not?
What the fuck?
Have you seen Sonata and the others?
No, I woke up on a dolphin's back.
At least she's honest.
Throw her into the sea.
Huh?
Huh?
Wait. Now, hold on a second. I said hold... Let go! Let go!
Is-
What are you, a dog?
Is she biting regular?
Martin! Sonetto! Lilia! Get her off me!
Oh.
Oh, she's just getting verbally and physically abused in this book.
Wow. So this is the library in Burton's school.
Been way too long.
If I had made it before I came. Are you looking for me?
I forgot about this annoying character.
Oh my word! Oops. That was too loud. Where are my manners?
Look at you, dressed as if you'd just been to a ball. You are as eye-catching as the pigment board on a sketch. I saw you the moment I came into the library.
Oh. Does the foundation hold balls too?
What?
I hereby officially appoint you as the Chief Assistant of Monitor Assistant of SPDM. I will take my responsibility and teach you how to become a devoted Foundation member.
Please go back to the island. I'm losing interest. And I hate to say that about this game because I actually do like the story.
Here is your first task. Read through these unsorted old files. All of them. You didn't fall asleep. Did you sort out these files?
Yes. And I love these books in uncommon shapes. There are so many wonderful stories. I also found this interesting report. It tells a lot about the storm and the numbers. Will this be helpful to Burton?
Just say yes at this point.
Show it to me. I have to say, it is undoubtedly a violation to submit such a report. But it will be a travesty of the truth and human sense if I cover it up.
Peace, sense, justice. They have always been the creeds in my heart, and are now the reason why I have decided to write down the whole thing.
Before we start these recaps, I would like to clarify that I recorded/streamed these months ago, so my memory of what happened during this chapter is a bit fuzzy. So as a way to get myself up to speed and maybe even learn new things that I might have missed during my playthrough of this chapter, I searched on YouTube, Google, and Reddit of lore/recap people explaining this chapter. Turns out that no one has done that, at least not in depth or to dummies like me. So, as a Mad Titan once said,
Fine. I'll do it myself.
So a lot of lore drop is being told from this point on, so I'll try and keep it as simple as possible for both you and me. First of all, from the report that Sotheby found and Matilda is reading, we can tell that it was from someone who experienced the storm and yet still survived without being an arcanist. The year was reversed to 1996. So it turns out that the writer of the report and the group of the people with her was in the headquarters of the Foundation. They were all confused and didn't understand anything, which meant they couldn't find a solution to it either. This resulted in them experiencing another storm in the 80s, more specifically 1985. It turns out that the writer had a quarter of Arcanist blood in her body, but she didn't think it meant anything. Throughout the reversal of time, aka the storm, the writer lost many colleagues and experienced a lot of horrifying things like one's veins turning into electric wires. Then the writer begins talking about all sorts of philosophical stuff, such as how time was supposed to go in a straight path and how human civilization was supposed to develop technologies to advance in life. All the perception of time and space developed to that day was overthrown, and nothing based on theories could be used to explain the storm in any existing researches. So, according to the writer, there could only be two reasons for the situation then. One, they were all wrong about the concept of time itself, or two, they arrived at a brand new world. A world that can make sense in any way of science or that of physics. But then, a ray of hope arrived. Wait, isn't that, fuck, what's her name? I even pulled for her. Thank you, Lucy. Oh my god, I can't.
This thing, I had no idea what it was. It claimed to be a machine which never stops working. It laughed at the limitations of our brains and the metaphysical mistakes we make ceaselessly. But it did solve the most urgent issue. A system was built to tackle storm-relevant emergencies after it took charge of Laplace. The first measure it adopted was contacting all the existing branches of the Foundations at the time to confirm the scale of available manpower. Then it built observation stations all over the globe to find if there were any other regions immune to the storm. After that, numerous offices responsible for deducing the cause of the storm were established. Even though there were countless disagreements during the research, at least we had taken the first step. I handed in the application to take part in this mission, determined to get rid of the fog in my mind. In 1986, I was assigned to the office in Egypt. All my friends came to the dock to see me off, because we knew it could be the final goodbye. Even though we were equipped with the emergency communication devices issued by Laplace, we were still not clear when the storm would assault us, or where we could hide nearby. What really scared me was not the threat to my life, but the possibility of dying ignorant.
Well said, Ryder. Well said. So anyways, she joins the mission in Egypt in 1986 to find ways to tackle the storm. It was then in a ship to Alexandria from Athens. She met a couple of other arcanists in Rope who informed the writer they also survived the storm in 1996. This is where the writer also met a person only to be introduced as her.
Although I got along well with Hugh, he seemed quite
she had
out
a
of
friend
place
named
among
Hugh.
that group, which was actually led by her.
Be more specific, please. Who is her?
I don't know what words to use to describe her. She was like a meteor shower, a tempest, or an unreasonable catastrophe itself. Her existence was just like her name. It was simple, yet implied a lot. Please forgive me for my cowardice. Even now, I don't have the courage to write down her name, if one would call that a name. In fact, she was quite a kind, warm-hearted person. Among all the unregistered arcanists I've met, she was one of the nicest ones towards the Foundation. She looked young, even though I heard she had a daughter too. Besides, she still possessed the innocence of a child, and that kind of excitement exclusive for genius. That's right. It seems the whole world was like a sparkling toy to her. Our communication was heart-stirring at the beginning. Both of us were eager to find out what was happening. Like two shipwrecked victims grappling at each other on the sea. She even claimed to be aware of the exact year when the next reverse would happen. But when I asked her about it seriously, she said,
"My apologies. I've made an oath. I shall and only shall reveal the demonstration to people who have their own soul numbers."
Could also be 37's mother.
I'm not sure whether she was making fun of me or being serious, but I had this feeling that she was eager to tell me how she was granted the secret through a moment of afflatus. It seemed she just saw through the laws behind all things instead of finding them through logical deduction.
Can't you see it? It is right in front of you.
After I expressed my inability to comprehend her words 30 times, she finally gave up and proffered regrets. I'd rather take it as a new kind of humiliation.
So, safe to say, the writer wasn't the bestest of friends with her, but she didn't hate her either. She was just very different.
The observation stations you built are destined to be toppled because their basis is the fragile world that follows the laws of physics. The efforts you've made are like nails on a sand beach, which will only be carried away by the next tidal wave.
But I said, perhaps our efforts are in vain, but someone has to do it. We will try every corner of the beach before making the conclusions that the world we are living in is already a hopeless ruin.
What a pragmatic, rigorous, and rational speech. But dear, the world is a hopeless ruin.
The conversation ended in disagreement. I don't know why arcanists hate the world so much. Perhaps the reason is they have never been truly accepted. To this day, I still remember her venomous conclusion.
Venomous?
The world built on past experiences has ended. In your words, which you used to mock us, why not embrace the reality?
Yet about the gnosis which she deeply believed in, and the so-called prophecy she made through numbers, she had never given any proofs or details that showed rigorous logic. And the reason for her inactions was an oath she had made before some stone? Therefore, I believed her words were only the nonsense of a lunatic. When we first met, I thought she was different from all those psychos, who mistook the malfunction of their prefrontal cortex as the will of God. But they turned out to be the same. In the name of human sense, I swore everything she said was absurd and ridiculous to me. Until...
Huh? That's all?
So the report ended up on a cliffhanger, which was totally unacceptable for those two ladies. So with the help of Matilda's crystal ball and with some investigation, they found the continuation of the report.
We need to find something that seems to be locked, but is actually not.
My brain.
Found it! Nothing can stop the genius, Matilda.
The trip to Egypt didn't go smoothly. The ship was hit by a common storm at sea. We were lost in the fog after that, completely off course. Then something emerged from the water. Since the first storm, the Foundation has received frequent sightings of arcane creatures which should have been extinct in history. I had no idea what I was shooting at, even after I emptied the clip. And I didn't know what to do, so the arcanists brought us back on course. She named the precise longitude and latitude of our location, even without using the sextant in the spare cabin.
Okay, that's definitely 37's mother.
I wonder how she did that. Perhaps the world did look different in her eyes.
So after that, Five had moved from her. She then saved the writer from a broken plank and refused to join the storm observation project. After the ship got to Egypt, the writer spent half a year there and people went missing in the HQ. It was thought that the situation could be caused by the limitation of transmission of paper-based materials, also because the computer wasn't popularized during that time. Anyways, a new storm arrives in 1987 and the people were told to return to HQ for safety. But the thing is, it wasn't from Laplace the storm was predicted. It was from a captive from Menace Vindictae that named the precise date of the storm. So the thing is, even after all the research, observation stations, deductions and multiple simulation models, it wasn't enough and they couldn't find any other places safe from the storm besides the HQs and the one place in North America. This resulted in
95% of the branch members were reversed. 87.9% of the equipment was destroyed. And 100% of our predictions failed. In conclusion, our endeavor brought no achievements. As for the captive from Manus Vindictae, the delirium patient who claims that oracles flowed under his parietal bone, when we asked him how he learns the precise date of the storm, he burst into laughter.
Can't you hear it? Has God left you behind when he spread his grace?
Then he smashed his own skull with a handcuff.
So besides all of that, the thing that saved her and her fellow colleagues was this crazy dude from Menace Vindictae. And Justified crash out in 3, 2, 1.
So we'd better believe we shouldn't go out in black today because the fish is swimming in the water. We'd better believe in the existence of the non-physical, everlasting, transcendent world where everyone's soul is a number. We'd better believe in the supreme existence which caused the disorder of time by merely casting its shadow. That means the life of individuals means nothing more than rubbish, and the world is but an imperfect ruin, where only the chosen ones will pass the trial, where the rest will be eliminated by the rain. How am I supposed to do that? Finally, I made up my mind to write to her. I didn't expect her to answer my questions. All I wanted was to confirm if she had survived that storm, for the sake of our peaceful talk about the rhombus. Yet what I heard from them was a simple announcement of her death, with only 2 words.
Died.
She died. Then it burned and turned to ashes in a second. On the same day, the first and only timekeeper who just took office, the 12-year-old child, returned alone from the storm. She told us the time in the outside world at that point, and that was how I knew she was right.
It is right in front of you.
But if there is a God, why are you playing such a prank on us after we had suffered from the collapse of all the existing orders and the failure of all the great laws? If this is what she calls a glimpse of the supreme existence, the moment of a flatus, do you have to present it in such a cruel way? The last 2 digits in the number of the year after that storm were exactly her name. and her number. 77.
So her number wasn't 0. What?
Incroyable! Incroyable! C'est vrai! Quelqu'un a vraiment fait cette prophétie! Bertin and Sonetto will be thrilled to know what we found! Well done, Miss Sotheby! You performed as well as a formal investigator! We need to submit this report to your instructor immediately!
What are you doing in other people's rooms?
Are you the brother?
This is my personal item. You have no rights to take it.
When are you playable?
Please leave immediately.
A personal item? This is a precious record that should have been submitted to the Foundation!
And they are obliged to ensure the authenticity, objectivity, and impartiality of the report. No personal bias is allowed in the content. If you have read this report, miss, you should know that it's not even qualified to be filed.
Yeah.
But this is an emergency!
I can tell from your uniform, you are a student of SPDM, or this is Laplace. Do you have your guardian's approval to leave the school, Miss Underage Student?
Approval? I don't need that. I am not a student. You are talking to the exceptionally promoted monitor assistant of SPDM. Here is my ID. Did you just ignore a formal administrator of the Foundation?
Rightfully so.
Monitor assistant will report every misbehavior of yours. Every little bit of them.
Miss Moisson, we found that report here. The great Miss Bouaniche and I discovered some important information. I came to you and Madame Z immediately after we read it. Miss Bouaniche, why are you confronting Mr. Chair?
I didn't expect to see the second half of that report here in your room, Adler.
Adler.
Don't call me that, friend. Why not just call me Enigma? Just like everyone else. Relax.
Enigma.
I know nicknames mean
Adler.
no harm,
Enigma.
but I don't understand. How is a report filled with meaningless words of any concern to you, Madam Z?
It provides information about the Arcanist Group Virgin is now dealing with. If possible, please give it to me.
Of course. How can I turn down a request from Constantine's chief of staff?
God, I love his design.
Take it away. I hope you don't mind the mold on it.
Please pay attention to your manners and do not bring disgrace to the computing center, Mr. Rude.
Ms. Bouaniche? Ms. Sotheby? You've done a great job. I'm sure what you have found would be of great help to Timekeeper, and I will report your active performance in this mission to SPDM as soon as possible, Miss Bouaniche. We need to further analyze the files you found.
There
The
you go.
first on the scene could provide more detailed information. Let's get out of here.
Contribution exceptionnelle! Oh la la, exceptionnelle! No, no!
There will be no advance in human technology. You think so? Even the Madam Z has given up on the study of theoretical physics and become a politician.
No. I've never thought of that.
I am astonished by the fact that you are interacting with others.
Speaking of goats.
They broke in.
If it was a complaint that you were making, you know it is within your rights to submit an interdepartmental complaint within 7 days after the incident.
Don't bother. That file means nothing to me. I didn't file it because it is a report against the rules. Why bother to submit such a log full of personal feelings and emotional behaviors to our great, rigorous foundation?
Is that so? I am gratified to find that you still have some sense.
I too am gratified that you still have no idea that I was being sarcastic.
Oh, that was sarcasm.
Never mind. What do you want from me, Madam Lucy? You went all the way to this dusty rundown place, so hurriedly that you even forgot to put on that pathetic mask. This is not because of some old files, I assume?
Certainly. I hope you can be the cryptographer of the Manus Vindictae's ritual. You are still the best.
Cryptographer? What?
You are asking me, a human, to decode the ritual of a pureblood arcanist group? I don't see how I'll be helpful to this project.
You cannot evaluate your own level of being of value, Adler.
Well, you evaluate our value. Test us in experiments you set. Prove the hypotheses by exhaustion. Make mistakes and start all over again. You repeat the process like a roaring locomotive that pulls the research center out of this chaotic disaster. You question not what is ahead of you, nor whether the path you've taken will be regular or easy. The only idea you planted into your little brain is to move forward, to improve.
Thank you for your compliment. Credit goes to everyone.
That was not even a... Ismirgar. Guess you agree, a life without creativity is not worth living. And that's the life that I wake up to every day. I'm no longer the person you thought you came here for. I'll never be able to combine human technology and Arcanum. And I'll never comprehend even the slightest part of it. I am useless to you. I don't expect someone made of tin to understand a human mind. But I beg of you, leave me alone.
The work of analyzing the masks of Manus Vindictae did not go well. A side effect occurs in the researchers, and it is getting worse. The isolation wards on the basement level are overwhelmed.
What a scene. Have you aborted the experiment?
Not yet. We have conducted the Arcanum imaging experiment on the masks, and found a component which also exists in the raindrops of the storm, but knowing what it is composed of does not help explain how it works. What we're looking for is the original ritual that the Manus cast on them.
Ha! You're trying to figure out one's career planning from one's physical examination report. I wonder why it is not working. Even if somehow you manage to find the original ritual, you still need a proper environment to test it, which is the outside world with a coming storm. That's why we can't tell if we're getting results. Even if we had the right ritual, proper permission from the Foundation to travel, and strong-minded volunteer subjects, experiments performed in the Ivory Tower won't succeed because...
An experiment about the storm can only be done in a storm. Glad to see your brain is not rusty yet. It only took you 3 sentences to draw the conclusion which took the seminar a week to reach. That proves you are capable of the project. The history maintenance team has forecast different critical points of this storm.
Oh,
Foundation investigators are on their way. If Manus Vindictae still plans to accelerate the storm, like what they have done in 1929, there will be a high possibility that their people will show up at the transformation point of history and society, also known as the critical point of time, the center of the storm. Your sister, Greta Hoffman, is also one of the investigators.
I know she's terrible.
I have no interest in any Hoffmans other than myself. We have different perspectives.
It is okay. I am just here to inform you that if any of the investigators successfully send the information of the ritual back, the research about the immunity of the storm will be conducted immediately. Take your time and be mentally prepared. But once the storm alert is issued, we only have 24 hours to verify the feasibility of the ritual. I wish you will be fully prepared by then.
One thing is for sure now. The age of humans has come to an end.
What the... Bro, 2 insane cliffhangers. Holy fuck. Then book 7. I cannot read that shit, but yeah. Holy fuck. Excited about this, but I'm also pretty scared. Because, yeah, cliffhanger of this one. So, yeah, that's the end of the Interlude chapter at the start. If you're still here, I would like to say thank you so much for watching me and supporting my channel. As always, these reverse 1999 videos takes a long time to make, so I really do appreciate it. Also, the next chapter has already been recorded and just needs to be edited. Although the footage is over 5 hours long compared to this one, which was only 1. So yeah, wish me luck, because I'm fucked.